Imagine the girl next door from your favorite 50s beach flick. Blonde, bubbly, utterly innocent. Now picture her life as a storm of secrets, abuse, and heartbreak that no one saw coming. This is the real Sandra Dee, and her story will shatter everything you thought you knew. Stick around, because the darkest twist hits at the end. Sandra Dee wasn't always the silver screen sweetheart we adore. Born Alexandra Zuck on April 23, 1942, in Bayonne, New Jersey, she entered a world already stacked against her. Her father vanished when she was just a toddler, leaving teen mom Mary to scrape by. What started as survival turned toxic fast. Mary fixated on her little girl like a lifeline, molding her into a pint-sized perfectionist. By age 4, Sandra was paraded in frilly outfits, think tiny Eisenhower jackets and matching hats, like a prized porcelain doll. But the obsession ran deeper. Mary spoon-fed her daughter until she was 6, and when school beckoned, fake rainstorms and drawn curtains kept Sandra home, her mom's constant companion. It was love wrapped in chains. Then, at 5, enter Eugene Duvant, a suave NYC real estate tycoon who swept Mary off her feet. Honeymoon vibes? Sandra sandwiched between the newlyweds in bed. Duvant even joked he was wedding both mother and daughter. Creepy red flags everywhere, right? But here's a fun, lesser-known nugget. Despite this tangled family web, young Sandra once dreamed of becoming a veterinarian. Saving animals was her secret passion, a far cry from the glamour that awaited. Yet her path veered hard into modeling at 8. Gigs for Girl Scouts led to pro shoots, raking in $80,000 a year by 11. Independence? Hardly. Mary doubled down, horrified by puberty's arrival. She forced Sandra to bind her budding chest flat, starving her little girl image to a dangerous extreme. The toll? Devastating. Under mom's iron grip and the modeling grind, Sandra spiraled into anorexia. "I survived on lettuce for a whole year," she'd later admit. No therapy, just more pressure. By mid-1950s, Mary's Hollywood fever hit. Sandra, subway riding solo to auditions, honed her poise at a performing arts school, rubbing elbows with future icons like Tuesday Weld. Tragedy struck in 1956. Stepped-out Duvant dropped dead from a heart attack. Grief-stricken but gritty, 12-year-old Sandra nailed a screen test days after the funeral because her raw tears sealed the deal. Producer Ross Hunter saw gold. Moms everywhere will want their daughters to be just like her. Her debut, 1957's Until They Sail, opposite Paul Newman and Joan Fontaine. Line number 1. Studio thought she was 14. She was 12. Line number 2. Padded suits faked curves on her malnourished frame. And get this wild fact. Sandra was so starved for normal kid energy, she bounded up to 32-year-old Newman yelling, "Mr. Newman, want to see my body?" Awkward? Understatement. But boom. Stardom. Imitation of life, Gidget followed, cementing her as America's dimpled darling. Gossip queen Luella Parsons dubbed her Shirley Temple 2.0. Off-screen? Purging walnuts with Epsom salts on Saturdays. The facade was fracturing. Career peak meant come September 1961, co-starring Rock Hudson and Gina Lollobrigida. Enter Bobby Darin, the slick crooner behind Splish Splash and Mac the Knife. At 19, he zeroed in on Sandra Dee, a 17-year-old, like a heat-seeking missile. Proposal on date 1? Shot down. She called him conniving. Undeterred, he teased her, "Sandra Dee's gotta flee," then charmed Mary into a horse-drawn buggy date. His pitch? "I'm just scared of how much I love you." Sold. Set-side smooches led to elopement mid-filming. Hudson and Mary were stunned. Sandra? I'd never felt safer. Illusion shattered quick.
Darin, coddled post-childhood rheumatic fever, was ego on steroids. Family dubbed him King. Sammy Davis Jr. once jobbed, "Call me when you're done being a legend." He dragged Sandra to every Vegas gig, demanding she sit front row, dolled up, eyes worshipping him. Payoff? Zilch. Post-show, he'd ditch her for the boys. Boredom bred chaos. Sandra gambled, guzzled booze, despite a hidden allergy to alcohol, talk about irony, and pulled stunts like tweaking his toupee pre-stage. "I'm just stirring things up," she'd quip amid the fights. Son Dodd arrived in 1961, but paranoia poisoned it. Darin fixated on her affair with Peter Fonda. Pure friendship, she swore. Revenge? He sicked a lackey to dump the divorce news. Reunions flickered, then fizzled. By 1966, a party chat with Warren Beatty, psychiatrist delivered breakup. Ouch. Hollywood soured too. No longer the teen ingenue, Universal axed her. In a smoky 1967 Robert Ebert chat, she spat, "Little Sandra Dee isn't supposed to smoke, drink, or breathe." Roles dwindled. The Dunwich Horror, 1968, sans the nude scenes she nixed. Lesser-known gem, she turned down Hitchcock's Psycho, too scary for her fragile state. Meanwhile, Darin remarried Andrea Jaeger in 73, but his ticker betrayed him. Fake valves in 71, sepsis from a dentist slip-up in December. Sandra nursed him through it all, rekindling flames. Surgery? 6 grueling hours. He woke just long enough for a teary birthday call to Dodd, then slipped away at 37 on December 20th, 1973.
Oh, you went to a motel.
Don't make it sound like a house of ill repute, Mother. All we did was talk. Or do you want to call another doctor to prove it? Merry Christmas, Mama.
Sandra unraveled. Alone when the call came, Dodd at a sleepover, she nearly raced through the night to fetch him. Calmed, she faced Dawn's grief. Mom never recovered, Dodd later shared. Career, guest spots only. She quipped, "I'm a has-been who never was." By 80s, recluse mode, raising Dodd, dodging Mary's barbs. Mom's lung cancer endgame? A deathbed zinger to Dodd. Don't waste your life cleaning up after Sandra. Mary's 1988 passing cracked her wide open. Soup, crackers, scotch. Weight to 86 pounds. Vomiting blood forced rehab. Dodd saved her. Sobriety flickered, but kidneys rebelled. Dialysis by 90s. Fun fact to lighten. Despite Gidget's surf vibes, Sandra hated water, nearly drowning as a kid. She beat throat cancer in 2000, but complications mounted. Her final chapter? A quiet fighter to the end. Wait, the nightmare fueling it all? Dodd's 1994 memoir, Dream Lovers, spilled the horror. Stepdad Duvon abused her from age 5, a secret she buried until post-divorce confessions to Darin and adult Dodd. Mom's denial? He's a saint. It warped everything. Body image, trust, love. Yet Sandra shielded Dodd fiercely, breaking the cycle. Her last days, fast forward to 2005. At 62, kidney failure, scarred by decades of anorexia, booze, abuse, landed her at Robles Hospital in Thousand Oaks. Nearly 2 weeks of battles, she slipped peacefully on February 20th, surrounded by loved ones. Last words? None recorded poetically, but Dodd recalls her bingo-loving spirit. His final quip to her? "Good luck at bingo." She smiled, ever the trooper. Dodd Mitchell Darin, now 64, thrives as a music archivist, preserving Bobby's legacy. Think rare tracks and docs. In April 2025, he opened up on CBS Sunday Morning about Dad's drive and hidden pains, proving the healing continues. Granddaughters Alexa and Olivia? Thriving adults carrying the torch quietly. No other close kin in spotlight. Sandra's legacy lives through them. Why it matters? Sandra wasn't just curves and curls. She was dyslexic, resilient, a survivor who immortalized innocence in Greece's mocking anthem, "Look at me, I'm Sandra Dee." Her pain explains the good girl gone dark, but her love for Dodd, pure light. What shocked you most? The abuse, the Darin drama, or her bingo grit? Drop a comment. Would you watch a Gidget remake knowing this? Smash like if Sandra's story hit home, subscribe for more Hollywood Unmasked famous story, and hit the bell. We're diving deeper weekly. Thanks for watching. See you in the shadows.